Y'all listen, I really wanted to say this real quick. I think it is so important to stick with your friends that you've known the longest. The motherfuckers that you fucked with for like most of your life, that you've known, like they've known you since you were teenagers and kids. If you're privileged enough to be still close to any of those friends, then please hold on to them, baby. Like, they know you more than these new motherfuckers. Like, a lot of them, not all of them, because you can find some solid new friends, yes indeed, but we also know how challenging that is. And I'm just reflecting on something that one of my childhood friends told me the other day, and it was so real and it was so needed. First of all, we talk down on the whole word of validation, making something valid. We'd be like, oh, if you need validation, validation. Validation is nothing wrong with that. It's, basically, having a motherfucker give you props and basically remind you who you are and just giving you confirmation, there's nothing wrong with that. If you're coming from a place where you can't live without others' validation, then that's different. But to be able to get validation from those who love you, to be able to be validated, like that's like that blue check mark. We want it from some strangers, but the people who really know you, they really can vouch for you, like on some extra shit, on some different shit. And so my homegirl, she said to me last night, she said, you know what? And this was just out the blue. We wasn't even talking about like me as a person or nothing like that. She said, you know what? No one can tell me about Dayla. Now, I've been knowing her since I was like 13 years old. She's like, look, let me tell you something. Can't nobody tell me about Dayla. She's like, I know Dayla. She's like, see, I know you on a different level than other people know you because you've been my friend most of my life. And she's like, what other people get from you is very, very minute. It's very minimal. Our relationship is different. So she said, she was just like, you've been like this your whole life. She's like, what you doing? And people think it's new or that you done came into this, she's like, sure, you've grown. Hell yeah. You've grown, but you living in your purpose because this is how you always been. The way we actually got on this subject is because I had said something that was like newfound to me. And she was like, but you used to say that all the time. She's like, you already told me that. I'm like, no, girl, like this is some new shit I learned. She's like, nah, they lie. Like you be ahead. You be ahead of you. You be so ahead. You be ahead, And she was just like, I tell people, you the Kanye West, she just gave me all of this like love, just saying like, just how ahead of my time that I am and just really knowing me, not just as like a friend, but like a real soul, like knowing me as the soul that I am, And earlier, in the conversation we have been talking about friendships and stuff. So it was just so valid. I just needed to hear that, not to the point where it's like, oh my God, if I don't know what it is, I'm lost. Nothing like that. But just dealing with new people, dealing with new energy, And being able to have somebody who really know you. Like, you can't even hide from this motherfucker. Like, it's some different shit. Like, this, like, nobody have to tell this part, like nobody can tell this person about you because that's how well they know you. That's different. So if you have that in your life, if you got a motherfucker that's been really sticking through you, if y'all done had issues and y'all got through it, or if y'all never had no issues, hold on to that person. Tell them that you love them. This ain't on no recent death, and that's not what I'm talking on. I'm just talking on period. Like, be intentional. Be intentional with that person. The same love that you giving your new friends, think about that motherfucker who you might not talk to all the time. Y'all may skip a lot of months in between, but this person been down with you for 10, 20 years. You have to acknowledge that person. Those are the souls that really matter to you, like in our journey. Like, them is the motherfuckers we really got to give them their flowers, like now. It's just about living intentionally. It's just about showing up for a motherfucker who will show up for you. These are the people that when you die, they gonna be saying what need to be said at your funeral. For real. These is the people. So I was just so grateful. Shout out to you, sis. You know who you are. I love you. You already know. And I have two women in my life that have known me since I was around this age, and both of them, they solid as fuck. They like my biggest cheerleaders. always have been. And I'm just so grateful for that. I'm just so grateful to have solid motherfuckers in my corner, you know, because you meet these new people and they'll try to put some shit on you. Like they'll try to project some new shit on you, and you be like, nah, like that's not even my energy. That's not even how I roll. Like you doing some other shit because that's what you used to. I'm not used to that. I'm used to solidarity. I'm used to having solid people, like grounded, you know. I'm used to having connections that last, you know. I'm used to communicating. I'm used to, if we grow apart, we ain't got to be enemies type shit, you know. So it's just really good to have those people that have known you for a really long time, and they can vouch for you, not like in a public thing, but just like in private. You know, they can give you your flowers, and they can love you enough to acknowledge you. I'm so grateful for my friends that acknowledge me. I have some new friends that acknowledge me too, and I'm just so grateful for that. It's just like, yes, like, you know, people are so fucked up out here. We all be dealing with snake ass, weird ass people. You know, if you're a beautiful woman on the inside and out, a lot of times we deal with women that are obsessed with us, that be on some real weird shit, lying and shit. Women love to lie, you know, just dealing with all that energy. And it's just so refreshing. It just feels so good to know that I have people in my corner that will acknowledge me.
I see you in the moonlight dancing, yeah. Only need one chance, girl, right here. One night stand, please don't have fear.